I forgot to turn the sound off my iPad. Hi, everyone. Welcome. This is Mickey Sunshine Creates, and I'm Mickey, naturally. Uh, Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here tonight. Whoever's here. If you're watching this on replay, please leave a comment down below that tells me you've been here. Hashtag replay is enough. Or we'll go over it a little later. There's some other things I might like your opinions on. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a poll. I might, but we'll see. Hi, Lisa. My Lisa, I say hi, baby. I hope you're better. You're feeling better. I hate the idea of you not feeling well. But I've got some interesting things planned for tonight. Not sure I'm going to get to all of it because I want to chit chat too. But yeah, I'm going to have a special segment called Tales of Reality. And it's just some of the things I've read on Reddit or seen on those channels that I talk about. Hi, Jerry. Glad you can make it today. So that should be fun. We'll see how that goes. I haven't decided yet because it's a lot of work and I'm not sure I'm up for the work, but I may start doing it as maybe a bi-weekly or a tri-weekly video. I haven't decided yet because it is a lot of work, you know, but I like that. I love that Tales from Reality because it's real people talking about real things. They just happen to be funny things. Hi, Dawn. Aw, you're sweet too. I got some diamond paintings today, so I got to do some unboxings. Yay! Yeah, I've been waiting. Uh-oh, did I forget my water? I forgot my water. Watch this. Oh, Dan. Dan? Can you do me a favor? Do me a favor and bring my water in. I forgot it.
You got two freaking bottles out here.
These are for coffee from this morning. I have such a good roommate. He's so nice. And I'm so mean. No, I'm not. I love you.
No, you don't.
Is there anything in there?
I don't care.
Do you have your bottle?
A baba? You need a baba?
I need a baba. It's Dan, the roomie. I like, ooh, yeah, there's something in there. It's just very little is left. Anyway, have we any more? I'm one to diamond paint. I've been diamond painting every day this week. I've been a good girl. You know, I've been trying to get this thing done.
Your catch.
Very funny.
You're a shirt you do.
Oh. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, hey, you should notice what I'm doing. I have finally gotten into the habit of actually closing my storage box little containers before I start painting. Because you know me, I'm always knocking them over. So I don't want to knock them over anymore. Don't need a lot of these. Excuse me. It's not you guys. I've been sleeping a lot lately, which is nice, but for some reason, sleeping too much makes me sleepy. Does that make any sense? I don't know. But I'm going to wait a little while until, I'll just wait a little bit before I start my tales, my stories. And then if you want me to, I'll unbox one of the diamond paintings I got today. But I'm not sure I want to unbox them both. I'm not sure I want to box them yet. I know what they are. Yay, I know what they are. I'm so bad. I can't stop yawning. Anyway, the week has been kind of mellow. For some reason, I've been doing a lot of organizing on my iPad, on my computer. Um, I don't know why. Because I don't know. I guess I like things in their place. I like to be able to find things. So I've been reorganizing my files on the cloud. uh, my books on the cloud. I gotta get them into Calibre, but that takes forever on my computer, and I can only sit here for so long. Let's see. I'm sure you spoke about it where I missed it. Are you going to show any more of your beautiful gems? I will. I will. I will. I will. You know what happens? I have all the good intentions in the world, and then I forget. And it's, I don't know. It's me. Oh, I've seen quite a few that I want from DAC today. I have seen quite a few. I saw this one. Isn't that adorable? There's just something about that. And the rendering is really good too. So yeah, that's a good one. Uh, this is adorable. I mean, come on. Who doesn't love a parrot? Thank you, Jerry. Who doesn't love a parrot? And again, their rendering is getting better. Well, they are making bigger canvases. What else? Well, come on. Oh, this one. Yeah, this this is one for me. We all know how I love cats, and these are just to me they're precious. And again, the rendering is beautiful. Really, yeah, I love Cheryl Baker too. All right, let's see what else. And this is whose is this? This is this one's the one by Cheryl Baker. I love this. I want to do this one for Halloween. I do. And look at that rendering. Okay. There's hardly any difference. I mean, you can see more specific in the render. But I love these. Which one? Chuck Pinton? Who can't? Who doesn't love Chuck? Here's another one. Who's this from? Oh, another Cheryl Baker. Yeah, I like this one too. The Witch's Study, maybe the Witch's Study Desk. I want this one too. I mean, I can't believe how many there are this week that I want. I really want. But even this one is so cute. There's something about this that tickles my fancy. It tickles my funny bone. And another Chuck Benson. I love Chuck. He's so good. He is so good. Yeah, 4 Cheryl Bakers. Yeah, I know. Um, I love them. I love them. There are at least 4 of those paintings, that 4, 5, maybe 5 that I want because they are so pretty. They really are. They're pretty, pretty, pretty. Mhm. All right, let's see. What's my next? And why can't I stop? Why can't I stop yawning? Somebody tell me, please. I'm not tired. I just can't stop yawning. Close it. Close it. I don't want to. I don't need this much, but I don't want to see it all over the floor again. I haven't. I don't think I've. I think I've only spilled once or twice during this kit, so that's pretty good for me. I usually average around 5 times spilling something. You know, the tray, the box, something. You know, disappears and goes somewhere else. Jerry is a you're a huge yawner, and then your eyes water like crazy. No, my eyes will water. I just it, it's weird. Okay, I'm weird. It's weird. It happens to me from time to time. I'll be I'll be talking with Rebecca. It's morning, and I can't stop yawning. Why is that? Somebody said to me, it's because you're not breathing deep enough, and it's a lack of oxygen, because that's what yawning does. It pulls in oxygen. Because when you sleep, you tend to breathe more deeply when you're sleeping. So you get more oxygen. When you yawn, your body's telling you not only to go to sleep, but you need more oxygen. And sleeping is the best way to get it. That's why it's so important that if you're ill or if you're injured and recovering, rest, stay in bed, sleep as much as you can. Sleep is healing. So don't anybody ever tell you you sleep too much. They used to tell me that. I said, yeah. And look, I don't, I, well, I rarely get sick. Well, I do. I get sick if I go out. I used to ride the bus to work when I was living in North Miami Beach, and I decided, let me see if I can, save some teeth grinding time, um, and take the bus. So there's a junction right at the North Miami Beach, or North Miami, I forget what it is. I think it's North Miami Beach, Broward uh, borderline. It's called Glades Plaza or Glade something. I don't know. But that's where all the buses would come pull in. They've got parking, free parking everywhere, and you can park and get on the bus and take it downtown. Because I work downtown. Well, um, after the third time I got sick in less than 2 months, I said, no, it's not worth it. I'm going to lose my job if I keep taking the bus and getting sick. But then I didn't know I have um, immunity issues. I didn't know. Now I know why I'm, you know, immune compromised, and it takes me longer, and I can't fight off germs as well as normal people. And I got sick every time. It was, yeah, five times. Well, no, 3 times in I think it was 7 weeks. And my boss was saying, "What's happening to you?" I said, I don't know. With the stuffed nose and everything. I said, I'm taking the bus. I think it's the closed system that I'm catching colds from everybody else. This is just stop taking the bus. So I did. But I hate that traffic. That traffic just murdered me. It was stop and go and stop and go and stop and go. And then they put in the express lanes that you have to have two people. So I could no longer drive in the left lane, which I used to do because it was a little bit faster. Not much, a little. They actually put in a toll bypass. This is a free highway, by the way. It's I-95. They put in a toll bypass, and it depends on how much traffic, how much it's going to cost. I don't know how they figure it out. I don't remember whether it's the more traffic, the higher the cost, or the less traffic, the higher the cost. But it's like, what are you, nuts? I never took that. Never. I'm not paying just for a little bit extra to go a little bit faster than everybody else. No, that's silly. Now I don't drive at all. I don't like to drive. I used to love to drive. It's not fair. I used to love to drive. Oh, excuse me. I would drive down to Federal Highway or A1A, which is near the ocean. Those two. A1A is basically on the ocean. Federal Highway just has so many stores and malls, and it's very commercial, but it's a fun drive. There's some nice areas. I preferred A1A, but I would just get in my car and take a trip down, up A1A and go from Pembroke Pines, which is where I lived at the time, to all the way up through Broward into Palm Beach. And some of the areas you go through when you're on A1A are very rich, secluded homes. Some are directly on the beach. So you've got all this jungle and you can barely see the house from A1A, from the road. And then sometimes you'd be driving right alongside the beach. It's right alongside the beach. And it's beautiful. I think I've spoken about this before. I took a trip up to St. Augustine, which is very north. And it's not a long drive if you take the highways. But when we came back from St. Augustine, we decided we had all day. So we took A1A. Because it goes right up Florida. I mean, all the way. I think it also goes up to Georgia. It took us 9 hours to get home. But it was one of the most scenic routes you can take. It takes a long time, but it was so pretty. You'd see the ocean. We're heading south, so the ocean's on our left, and we're driving, and you'd see dunes and the ocean beyond the dunes. It's just beautiful. Hi, Robin. Glad you can make it tonight. I'm glad anybody makes it tonight. I just, yeah. Anyway. nobody's talking. Nobody ever talks in my lives. I don't know why. There's never anybody to chat with. You guys are sitting there diamond painting and listening to me go on. Never mind. Anyway, today I thought I'd show my face. How y'all doing? What are you working on? I'm gonna take a little break because my throat hurts. That's good. Okay, it's time to refill it. I bottled water. Fruit tuba. In case I have no strength. I have to grab it with a paper towel or a tissue or something. For some reason, when I do this and I'm sitting in the bedroom, and I'm sitting up because I have an adjustable bed, so I'm sitting up, and I pour this is between my legs. I'm pouring Oliver comes up every time and just sits there and watches with those wide eyes of his. Oh, a mystery landscape? You mean a black and white? Cool. I like black and whites because they are very easy to work with. It's much easier to see black symbols on a white background than sometimes these symbols, on the colors. Here's greens. These greens are too close. These yellows, they drive me nuts. But I'm surprised. It's funny because cross-stitch patterns are black and white. I don't understand why diamond painting patterns are colored. It's nice to see it, see what you're painting, but the colors are never the same. They're close. They're in the family, but this yellow is not this yellow. It's not. It's different, So, yeah. Anyway, I've been getting. Oh, Robin, I wanted to tell you, I've been getting box sets a lot. What I'm doing now is I'm reading the first or one novel out of the box set because I have a box set with 28 novels, different novels. Or I'll read the first book in the series and then I'll close it and find something else to read. And I make sure now that I go to Goodreads and mark it in that I'm reading the first book in this. And I'm switching it all up because I've got a book called Creatures. I've got a book called The Ugly Marine or something like that. These are science fiction. I've got a book, another series I can't remember. Oh, Anne McCaffrey. No, not Anne McCaffrey. Mercedes Lackey, the Heralds of Valdemar series, and I like it because it's kind of like I know the series is complete in that I've got the whole. Instead of reading from one right to the end, 1 through 4 or 3, I just read the first one, then read something else. Then I'll read the second one, then I'll read something else. It's really nice because it's like discovering that world all over again. Usually the first few pages are going to remind you of what went before. I don't like waiting for authors to come out with the next in the series. So I prefer to wait till a series is complete before I will start with the first book. But I don't like reading them one after another, after another, after another. I don't know, it's like too boring for me. That's too much of a good thing. Much as I'd like to, ooh, I want to read the next one. What happens? I want to read. I want to find out what happens to them. As much as that is in my brain, I just, I don't want to. I don't want to wait for the next one, and I don't want to read them all at once. Hi, Yvonne. How you doing, girlfriend? Super busy. Oh, I'm sorry. That's a shame. What time is it where you are? And I missed a couple. That's a shame that you're still working. That sucks. I'm so happy I'm retired. I just wish I had a pension. My bad. She's packing for the retreat. Oh, and in answer to your question, no, she doesn't. Oh, man. And I don't know if she wants. But the bestie is packing. We've been chitter chattering a little bit, but her mind is on the retreat. So I'm working. I want to get the Great Escape advertised. I want to get more people to join us because we really don't have that many this year. And I'm surprised because we have a lot of sponsors and a lot of prizes and discounts. I mean, a lot. I it's possible we went overboard because yeah, uh, yeah, we went we got a lot. So please start telling people about it. Direct them to Crafting Journey on Facebook. Direct them to the sign-in sheet and what they need. It's there's still uh, 5 weeks until we start. We don't start until August 1st. That's June 23rd. So there's still plenty of time to buy a painting, like from Diamond Art Club, or Dream, whoever, those who send quickly. It's also not too late to use one of your own because you just have to have a fantasy landscape. There's some place that's fantasy where you would like to escape to. I got mine. Mine is Fairy Town. It's a cute little village. Well, no, it's a couple of bungalows, a few bungalows that Rebecca and I want to hang out with. We want to go on vacation and stay in these bungalows and go into the courtyard and have tea and lunch outside in the beautiful weather, take walks in the forest, take a look at the waterfall, because there's always a waterfall. There has to be. If you're in Fairy Town, there has to be a waterfall nearby. I insist on it. Anything else? Anything else? No more cues? Okay. So I can't wait to get started on that. I just got that painting today. And Rebecca got hers today too. Not packaged very well. And if you guys insist, I will open it now instead of doing a regular unboxing video. But I don't know. And then I got two done things today. I got another one from a beautiful friend. And she humbles me Dawn saying, open it. There's only 10 of you here. Let's vote on it. Who wants me to open up the painting that I'm going to be doing for The Great Escape? Raise your hands. Oh, wait. Talk amongst yourselves. We have a teacher who would say that. No. And she'd step out of the classroom. Talk amongst yourselves. Don't get rowdy. I know, Dawn. You're such an impatient person. Though you know what it is if you've seen the, what do you call it? The Great Escape opening that we had, the video, the live that Rebecca and I did with Rose Prophet. It's a beautiful painting. It just, it took forever to get it. I'm a little disappointed in that, but I understand. It's a new company and there's growing pains, and I love Rose. She's just too enthusiastic. She's putting out too much. She can't, no one or two people can handle the volume that she's been putting out on her website. You know, the suppliers can't handle it. You know, just too many different, they have to be rendered first. Then they have to be printed off. But the rendering takes time because she chose a place that does hand rendering, which is always better than computer rendering. So I'm glad she did that. But if you're going to hand render it, you have to account for the time it takes. And we all would have, everybody would have done something different. So it is what it is. But she's got growing pains, and I guess I have a lot of patience for. It never used to bother me to have to wait for a diamond painting from China. Who cares? It'll come when it comes. I got plenty to work on in the meantime. Hi, Angie. What's up, girl? I mean, am I right? You have to have plenty to work on, you know, even though you're waiting for a new diamond painting. So what's the rush? I don't understand why everybody's in such a rush to get their diamond painting if they're working on 2 or 3 others at the same time. It just blows my mind. What can I say? I have patience. I have patience. Get out. Mm. Oh, that's so nice and cool on my throat. Dry lips. Oh, Dawn says hi, Angie. So is anybody else going to vote? Because if nobody is, I'll wait and I'll do an unboxing video. Oh, not that bad, Dawn. You didn't have to wait that long. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll try and upload it tomorrow. If not, I'll upload it Sunday. Patience, Padawan. Angie's resting after your grandson and daughter just left. Aww. Aww. It's nice. It's always nice to have visits from family. Nobody visits me. They all expect me to go and visit them. So, and I don't. I haven't seen my family in more than a year. I just, it's too much pain for me to go visit them all the time. And none of them come here. They'd never seen my condo. And I didn't want to have a housewarming party because we were already in here. This place is cluttered. it's all these years, and yes, guys, it's still cluttered. I know. I'm a master procrastinator. I really am. I don't think anybody can beat me on the old tomorrow is another day. Just ask Dan. Right, Dan?
No. Yes, maybe.
I'm a procrastinator. A master procrastinator.
Just bad about it.
Is that Oliver? Oh, it's one of the cat's toys. They're all over the place. I swear, it looks like children here. You know, with their toys all over the place. And he's, but yeah, you're right, Dan. They are our children. They are children. They're awesome. Pains in the butt. But I'm still totally enamored of Oliver. He is just, he's perfect. In my opinion. Well, almost perfect. But he's a doll. He's funny. He's quirky. He's becoming very affectionate. I am almost positive that he did not get a lot of human contact from his foster parents, where he was fostered. I think he was left alone in a room or in a large cage for the majority of the day, because Dan puts new litter in the litter box and Oliver goes over there and lays down in it. Now think about that. What cats will lay down or sleep in their litter box? Those in a cage. Those in a crate. Yeah, he did meow at me a little bit. He meowed at Dan, and he meowed at me a few times. It was just with this little tiny squeak. And it was so cute. I was so excited. I immediately messaged Rebecca and said, oh, he meowed at me. I was so happy. And yet he purrs, but he purrs very softly. It's not very loud at all. But you can feel his throat vibrating, so that's the only way I can tell. Did I show you guys the picture of him sprawling, falling off the couch practically? My latest picture. I don't remember. Did I show that to you last week? Was I on last week? God. I have terrible memory. Look at this. I can't even remember what happened last week. We're pushing them down. I didn't show it to you, Don? You gotta see this. Dan was, I was sitting here, and we have a couch and a recliner next to it. The cats like to lay, part of the couch, it's an L-shaped couch, part of it is against the wall. And the cats like to lay on the arm of the wall. And Dan is standing there over at the side, and he's looking at the couch, and he says, Michelle, you got to see this. So I got up and I said, oh my gosh. And I went Came back here. I got my camera. I went over there, got a little closer to him. He stayed in place. Actually, he posed. He stayed in place. Now look at this. J-Rob, hi. This is Oliver. He's so graceful. Not. But I mean, you've seen the one where he's sprawled with his legs hanging over the chair. And when I captioned, "How is this comfortable? How is this comfortable?" I don't. He was practically falling off, and it was only the pillow that saved him. I'm sorry. He just makes me laugh all the time. He does. I mean, and when he goes after the laser pen, everything. Anyway, we're going to start. I'm going to start my special segment. Tales from reality. I had to do that. I'm sorry. I know I'm crazy. The first one I'm going to tell you about is military, and I wrote it down. So I hope I get this one right, because this is what I listen to. I love these malicious compliance and petty revenge, and I don't work here, and am I the jerk? Am I the asshole? I love all these. Thank you, J-Rob. That's what I was going for. I mean, look at my stars in the background. Anyway, this one is military. There's this private who sits at the gatehouse, the entrance to the post or the base, whatever it is, and he's supposed to check everybody's ID. What happens is that over time, he remembers people, and most of the time, if they're in military uniform, they just flash and go. He just lets them go, flash it. They don't have, he doesn't have, he just flashes them. Civilians, he will stop, he will look at, and everything. Anyway, this lieutenant comes by and stops. Why is he stopping? Most of them, they don't usually stop. But the private sees that he's got this blonde in his car. We all know about lieutenants and the military in there. Anyway, this is fun. But the blonde, he stops and he waits. And the private, of course, has to go over and salute him because he's a lieutenant, he's an officer. So he comes and he salutes him and he checks him and he passes them on. Later in the day, the lieutenant comes back with a redhead. Now, the private's orders are to search every 5 cars. They rarely do it, except for civilians, again. But when the lieutenant came, he knew that in the morning, the lieutenant wanted to show off. I'm an officer. See how they salute me? I could picture it. So the private tells the lieutenant, he goes over there and he says, he tells the lieutenant, I have to search every 5 cars. And you're the 5th car. Lieutenant says, really? He says, yeah, those are my orders. So the lieutenant gets out. His girl gets out. They wait on the side of the road. The lieutenant takes everything out of the car. I mean, the private. He takes everything out of the car, searches around, under. It just does a thorough search. The lieutenant asks, the private says, okay, I'm done, you can go. The lieutenant says, who's going to put all this back? Private says, you are. I'm not allowed. So, so the lieutenant and the redhead get back in the car. They put up, lieutenant's grumpily putting everything back in the car. But before he leaves, the private says, by the way, I liked the blonde this morning better. Loud enough so the redhead heard. He said he could see the lieutenant turn his car around and go back out to town. Because I don't think the redhead was very pleased with it. There had been a blonde before her. So I love that one. What do you think? Is it a good one? I mean, I'm not telling it the way they are because they're actually reading the Reddit story. Because these are all from Reddit. So you get a little more detail and everything else. But that's it. That's basically what happened was. For some reason, when I heard that last line, I thought the blonde this morning was back. It was better. I like the blonde this morning. Oh man, that poor lieutenant. Nope. Nah. And here's one of petty revenge. Petty revenge is when the revenge is very petty, but it has to be done sometimes. A guy moved to a new suburb, bought a new house, and he loves dogs. But in the neighborhood, there is an old Karen. I don't like the word, using Karen because they're nice Karens, I know, but that's what everybody uses. So, a friend in the neighborhood has a big dog, and the Karen is always calling the police on him for one reason or another. They called for him 4 times at least since he had moved in. So he's out shopping at Goodwill, and he sees a sign, beware of large dog. He decides to buy it. So he buys it. And he puts the sign up. Karen walks by his house and looking at the sign and very put back about it. And she's looking around to see if she can see what the dog is. But, of course, there is no dog. He doesn't have a dog. He's back, and Karen starts stalking his house, trying to see if this large dog is out or loose or something, so she can call the police. Because his neighbor used to let his dog out in his yard, which was fenced in. But Karen constantly called the police because he's not on a leash. He's on private property, lady. Okay, so instead, our guy goes back to Goodwill, finds a 3-foot large chain. Those large chains. And he's looking for a dog collar, a large dog collar, but he can't find one. Instead, he finds a studded woman's belt, a small one. So he puts it together with the chain and a handle, and he hangs it up in by his front door. Not on the outside, on the inside. He sees Karen. He waits for her. When he sees her out the window. So he opens the door with the chain and the collar, yelling, "Baskerville! Baskerville!" Baskerville, come here. And the lady's going, oh my God. She's shivering in her shoes. And she runs away. She runs back to her house. She's looking all around. Oh my God, there's a large dog loose. He does this for every couple of days for a few weeks. I would love to see the face. And Karen, very fearfully, looks around for the dog every day. But there is no dog. Dog keeps getting loose, but there is no dog. And I was like, oh my God, that's petty revenge. That's petty revenge for what she keeps doing to his friend. I love that. I thought that was, oh my, that's yeah. I like that. The next, I have one more story for you today. I know that's hysterical. I have one more story for you today. And this is Karen Gets Owned. And I'm going to read this. This is one is I made a copy and I posted it to my notes. And this is directly from Reddit. This happened yesterday when I went into one of the local grocery stores for Dr. Pepper. I was asked to leave the store, but not banned, because of what I did and the scene I made. Here is how I was asked to leave the store because of a Karen. Please note, the people in this tale are Karen, me, store worker, store manager. I'm guessing where the problem started here is because of my looks. I have been called intimidating, scary, among other things. My favorite is, you have a serial killer vibe about you. Maybe it's because I am 6'3", 225 pounds, covered in 60% of my body in tattoos, multiple piercings, hair halfway down my back, and a goatee that reaches my chest. That's just a guess. I was walking into the store. The Karen of this tale looked at me. As I was walking into the store, the Karen of this tale looked at me and scowled. We were walking in about the same time, so as a gentleman, I held the door for her. She stood back at least 10 feet and waved me to go first, with a look on her face like I was the most evil thing she had ever seen. I just shrugged it off and walked in, letting the door close behind me. When I walked through the second set of doors is when she finally opened the door to come in. I thought no more about it at that time. After I got my Dr. Pepper, I thought a snack was called for. It looked like every aisle I went down, Karen was following me and watching me. Every time I looked at her, she would turn her face and raise her head in a snooty type way every time. I would always give her a little fun. I thought I should have a little fun and led her through the store, through every aisle. I was in the dairy section, the meats, the bread, then the deli, etc. Then to the pharmacy area where I did pick up a couple of things. After rounding one of the shelves, I sprinted off a couple of aisles over and circled, so I was following her. She looked around for me, but she didn't see me coming up behind her. When I was 6 feet away, I spoke for the first time. Here, I think you forgot these, and proceeded to walk past her and dropped a box of douche, a tube of Vagisil, and a bottle of mouthwash, and kept going. Yeah. This is a Karen, and I knew things would go bad from here. On my way to the checkout, I can hear Karen's banshee wail. She wanted the manager right now. I was 2 or 3 people away from paying when Karen and a store worker came up to me in line. She was saying something about, that's him, he came over to me and asked if I would step out of line so we can. Oh, I'm sorry. She came. Oh, the worker. I'm reading this wrong. Sorry about that. Anyway, the old lady says, "That's him. That's him." He came. The store worker came over to me and asked if I would step out of line so we can clear this up. I gladly obliged. The store worker said we were just waiting for the manager before anything is said. She was there in minutes and asked what happened. I knew if I tried speaking, Karen would just yell over me, so I told her, "Go first." Karen gave me a look like she was going to tell me to shut up, then confusion. She told her side something like this: "That man is dangerous. He threatened me even before I got into the store, so I made sure he wasn't going to harass other women in the store and followed him around. Then he disappeared, and when he was back, he threatened me and dropped these in my cart." She showed the 3 items I gave her. Now it was my turn. I told the store manager I was trying to be polite and hold the door for her, but she was intimidated by me or something and waited until I got in before coming in herself. Yes, she did follow me, and each time I saw her, I waved. Each time she turned her head and stuck her nose in the air. After taking her for a trip around your wonderful store, I picked up a couple of things she might need. I did not threaten her, but was politely giving her the items I thought she needed. Karen yelled, "And what makes you think I need all these things?" I said, "Well, I thought you might need some Vagisil and douche. Is because the way you turn your nose up all the time. I just thought your crotch had a bad odor caused by something Vagisil can help with. I got you the mouthwash because I knew you would try to turn this into me being the bad guy, like all Karens do, and you could use it to wash the taste of bullshit from your mouth. I'm just trying to be full." It's precious. Karen's jaw almost broke as it hit the floor, then looked like a fish in water. At this time, the store manager looked at me, and I could tell she was doing her best not to bust a gut laughing and asked me to leave the store before there were any more problems. I agreed and set my Dr. Pepper and snack down and casually walked out. Not sure what happened to her after I left. I'm wondering if I actually broke Karen so she couldn't reboot. But I did go to the corner store and got my Dr. Pepper on the way home. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall with that one. That was brilliant. I don't know if this story is made up because it's possible a lot of these stories are made up, but it's a good one. I could see it happening. I really could. And I can see if this guy was as smart as he turns out to be, that he would come up with a clever, ruse like that. I love that. Always. That had me busting a gut. But that one I read on Reddit. The other 2 I heard while I was diamond painting. I go to these. I'm a subscriber of these channels. I don't work here. Am I the jerk? Malicious compliance, petty revenge, all these things. And I know they are all Reddit stories because they tell you they're Reddit. These are Reddit stories. And they're just, I have to share them. And I'm not taking credit for finding these, obviously. And a lot of them I hear sometimes are repeats because they all read the same Reddits. But it is precious. So those are my tales from reality. Hey, Chantel, how are you? Hi, Rhonda. Now I can say hi, guys. Oh, I had so much fun with those. This is what I do in the morning. I come in the morning. The first thing I do is look for the last one of these videos on my watch later. I have over 100, 800. Shh. And then I go over to the subscribers page and I find that last one, and then I slowly go up. So we get to the newer and newer ones, and I put those in watch later. I find Rebecca's from the day before, usually. I do this in the morning. And I put hers in my watch later, and then I go back to my watch later, go down to the bottom again, because I have it sorted from new to old. I find hers, and I move her to the top. Then I watch her video, because I love crafting and crime. I don't know about you guys. Hey, Cheryl, how's to be joy? I watched Rebecca's video, and then all the others come one after another, and I just sit here diamond painting and listening. But when there's a particularly fun one, I decided I'm going to start writing it down, because last week I told one story, and Rebecca thought it was a lot of fun, and she wanted me to do more. So I did more, and I may do them as I said, I may do them as a video 2 or 3 times a week, not daily. That's too much. This is a lot of work to get these and then sit there and talk about them and blah blah blah. But these, they're just so good. You could always, look at them yourself, but I love these stories. They are just, they're some of them don't end well. Some of them are very convoluted with many updates, because they tell a story and it's not good. So there's an update, and they tell the rest, more of what's happened since then, and then another update, and then finally the last update, which is usually they get revenge on whatever it is that happened to them, not petty revenge. This is revenge best served cold, because it could be years later, but it's deserved. It's definitely deserved. And the malicious compliance. Oh my God, I gotta find you some of those next week. And I think it's time. I'm so glad we had this time together. Yeah, I used to watch Carol Burnett. I think it's time for me to say goodnight. Don't forget to watch. Are you on tonight, Jen? If she is, don't forget to watch DP Addiction Adventures at 9 p.m. You're welcome to put up a link, as you know, always. Chantel. Oh, Wanda. Yep. So J-Rob will be there. So come in. I know I am going to be there tonight. I promise. When I make a promise, I do it. I don't always do it. I don't always watch it, but never mind. I love you, Jen. I hope you guys have a wonderful time at the retreat, whoever's going. Don't forget to give hugs for me. These are from Mickey. That's all you gotta say. This one's from Mickey. I need hugs. I want to be there to hug you guys myself. But unfortunately, alas, 'tis not to be. But in the meantime, be good, be nice, be kind, be happy, be wonderful, be safe. Do what you have to do to keep yourself and others safe. And until the next time, arrivederci.